Donald Trump has linked his drive to take control of Greenland to his failure to win the Nobel Peace Prize. America's editor John Lyons joins us now from Washington. John, this emerged in a text exchange between the US President and the Norwegian Prime Minister. Talk us through it.
Well, Bridget, this is quite extraordinary, really, and we're not easily shocked anymore with President Trump in the White House. He's a very unorthodox president, but this really takes things to a new level. It's all about Greenland, which, of course, is a territory of Denmark. Now, the Americans want to take over Greenland. They say that strategically it's important. It's up there near the Arctic Circle. It's like a window into Russia. And so the Americans say that if they don't take it, China or Russia will. But now the European countries are starting to really react and say you shouldn't do this. Some European countries are sending soldiers there to try to prevent an American military takeover, which in itself is extraordinary. The growing split, the growing hostility. Donald Trump's made clear he feels very negatively towards Europe. But the latest thing is that President Trump has written to Norway's Prime Minister and essentially said to him that because you, Norway, did not give me the Nobel Peace Prize, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace. Let's have a look at this. Will be an extraordinary document. Historians will study this in many years to come. Dear Jonas, he says, considering your country decided not to give me the Nobel Peace Prize for having stopped 8 wars plus, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace, although it will always be predominant, but can now think about what is good and proper for the United States of America. Denmark cannot, he says, Denmark cannot protect that land from Russia or China. And why do they have a right of ownership anyway, he says, of Denmark? There are no written documents. It's only that a boat landed there and hundreds of years ago. But we had boats landing there also. I've done more for NATO than any other person since its founding, and now NATO should do something for the United States. The world is not secure unless we have complete and total control of Greenland. And so an extraordinary situation, I think, as I say, historians, I think, will study this for many years to come, where a president of the United States is saying because he didn't win a prize, he will now no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace. Now, this is just, the Trump era is truly turning out to be one of history's most extraordinary times.